Hey, welcome back to TMX Brick Notes. My name is Martin. Thank you very much for stopping by today. I hope you're doing well. I am doing fantastic. First of all, Brick Adjuster, Friday night, March 22nd, 9 p.m. Central Time. I hope you can make it. I'm going to be hanging out with the crew, talking about Lego, catching up with some friends that I met a long time ago thanks to this right here, starting a YouTube channel. And 10 years later, get to talk more Lego, and it's awesome. So I hope you can make it. Again, Brick Adjusters channel, 9 p.m. Central Time, March 22nd. Hey, I have a couple of things before I get into the big time stuff, which is showing off some Lego roads. I want to show you the blueprints that I've got for a section of my city that I have designed. And yeah, these things are cool. I wanted to show you these. These are pretty sweet. They are essentially, they're like stress bricks, right? So they're squishy, boom, 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 awesome. And they stick together really well. I'm pretty impressed by that. Eek, eek, eek. Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in these. It was like a box of, what was it, 3 or 4 of each color. Cool stuff. I want to show you the difference between my old road and my new road. And for many of you, I think if you're building brick roads, you're probably doing it this way because this way has the Mills, M-I-L-S version of the road where you can stick these pins and connect base plates together. What's interesting about this road is this is the width. It's a 16 stud by 32 stud, or 5 inches by 10 inches. This is a 1-lane road that's going to go in the downtown city section of my city. And over here is just like a cross section of one of the old roads where the brick laid flat on the ground, as opposed to, if you can see what I did there, I'm going to open this up so you can really see it. Take off one of the sides, take off 2 of the sidewalks, and this is the brick road that's going to pop right out of there. And underneath, bricks with studs on the side, sitting on top of tiles, and designed so it doesn't really slide around. It kind of links in right there, so it's locked tight, and then the sidewalks lock it on. I decided to go with this section for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you build long roads like you may have seen me do in the past that were, how long were those? 30 inches or longer, and you try to stick all these bricks together, well, Lego is amazing, but it is not exactly perfect. And what you're going to end up with is the brick is going to be shorter than the base plates. And so the roads were built to lay on the ground, and the base plates were in between, and everything didn't line up quite right. But if you go with the Mills and you connect things with pins and you plan on having little spaces in between, then it fits together much better. If you don't understand that, ask a question. I'd be more than happy to answer. Here we go. This is the 3D version of the city. This section is a full table that is 16 feet wide by 6 feet top to bottom. Most of these buildings are going to stand 3 to 4 stories tall. The baseball stadium will probably match that. As we zoom through here, we have a lot of 1-lane roads. The 1-lane roads are the equivalent of 1 stud. There's that massive hotel sitting in the middle of the city that is 10 stories tall. On the other side of it, the tallest building at an angle there is the financial tower. Helicopter pads, that's what those studs are representing for the hospital, the financial tower, and the news tower. And on the far right side, just a few more buildings, most of them, again, 3 to 4 stories tall. Everything's kind of packed in, but I wanted to create the sense of an elaborate skyline. And I think I've really done that. This is one of 6 tables that I'm planning to create. It's going to take years to do. I know it's going to take a ton of time and a ton of money and all that stuff, but I am dreaming big. First, we are going to take a look at the left half of the city, and I really hope this shows up well on the video, but regardless, I'm going to explain it to you. What you are looking at is 1-inch sections. So as you see these squares, that's 1 inch at a time. The roads right here that are 3 squares wide are essentially 10 studs wide. The road on the far left that is 6 squares wide is 20 studs wide. So the baseball stadium in the middle here is going to be 16 base plates, the equivalent of 40 inches by 40 inches. And I know it may not look exactly square, but this was all designed in Excel, and it works for the purposes. These are little arrows signifying the direction of the one-way street. These yellowish things. The white ones are crosswalks. Anything purple represents service business, so this is a walking mall. Anything in this brown color represents a apartment or a condo. Anything in this dark blue represents like an office tower or a business of some kind. The blue is the police station. The green is grass. And over here, this is a parking ramp. Gotta have parking. I love roads and I love parking, so why not? I have a full design for this building, a blueprint for this parking ramp. I have a rough idea of how I'm going to do the baseball stadium. Otherwise, everything on this side of the city is kind of wide open. I don't have any blueprints. I don't have anything designed at all. Just an idea of how much space I might want for it. One other thing to keep in mind is this is 6 foot from side to side by 8 feet. I'm going to show you the other half of the table, which means this one table is 6 feet by 16 feet. As we move over to the right side of the city, we'll start in the upper left here. This is an apartment complex. We have 2 small office towers. We move over to the pink, which is a hospital. I'm really excited to design that. It's going to have an area for an emergency room. It's going to have a helipad on top. A lot of fun things can be done there. The orange, I think, is going to be a science lab. Not exactly sure. Moving further right, we have another parking ramp. This one is not fully designed. Further to the right, the red represents a fire station. And actually, why don't I point this out? All these blue lines, they are not water. I grew up in the Midwest. We love skywalks. You can stay indoors. And these minifigs, they don't like dust. So they want a dust-free area to walk around their city. We've got skywalks connecting almost all of this side of the city. Okay, back to the upper right. From the fire station, we go down. We've got 2 green areas for not just a park, but maybe art. And that surrounds a symphony hall. Further south, these 2 buildings go together. The brown one is going to be a dormitory. This one, which is like an upside down U, is the university. Straight left, we've got 2 residential towers that are going to be about 5 and 7 stories tall. The base is actually already built. If you've seen my Instagram, you've seen this dark gray area, which is parking for, I believe, 4 or 5 cars. The buildings are halfway designed and kind of mocked up in Lego already. This huge purple is entertainment. Specifically, it's going to be where there's going to be a Tonight Show, there's going to be a game show, there's going to be all sorts of fun stuff. I have it fully designed. And when I say designed, I have the blueprints figured out. When we go north, we've got another purple building that's going to be a massive hotel, 10-story hotel, and again, fully blueprinted, ready to be built. And to the right, these 2, there's 2 buildings. They're kind of connected, but they're 2 buildings. Same with them, they are designed. And we go to the right, we've got this kind of odd-shaped guy. This is the only one that is fully built. This is actually built. I decided, you know what? I'm going to build the tallest biggest building first, and that was a lot of fun. It is, I believe, 14 stories. This is a 14-story financial center, and I love how it sits at this angle. It's very distinct. As we move down to the right, a little bit of an odd shape right here. You might recognize, no, you won't, never mind. But this is where the news tower is going to be. This shape, this angle is the back side of the, where I do the news. So the cameras are pointing from the bottom right. The cameras are pointing up to the left. Over here, just another business tower. Purple, again, a smaller hotel. You got to have a hotel next to the parking ramp, next to the hospital, and then a few other towers that are not designed, not really figured out. So there you have it. That is the design for one section of the city. Yeah, I still got these. These are cool. Really excited. This has been many years in the making. So I was using Excel to create the blueprints. It took a long time. It has been an ongoing process, and it will continue to be so. And then it's going to turn into, okay, now I got to actually build this stuff. And that is going to be the best part about it. And the visual, I mean, like I said, I've already built the finance tower. It is one of my favorite builds I have ever done. And unfortunately, it's in a box right now. I need the space. That's why I decided to start doing these blueprints in the first place. A few years back, I realized I don't have the space yet to create this incredible thing that I want to do, but that doesn't mean I can't start. So I started getting my ideas out there, and it's paid off, and I'm really excited about it. So anyways, thank you for watching today. I hope to see you Friday night, and have an awesome day. See you later. Bye.